We will begin our regular council meeting. Tonight is Monday, October 2nd at 7:30. We are here in the Great Hall, 7:35. Madam Clerk, if you please call the roll.
Councilor King. Councilor Kroll.
Present.
Councilor DeBona.
Present.
Councilor Finn. Councilor Harris.
Present.
Councilor LaForest.
Present.
Councilor Leeang. Councilor Calmucci.
Present.
President Hughes.
Here.
6 members. We have a quorum.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. If you'll all stand, please, and join me in a moment of silence, obviously for those suffering from this terrible tragedy in Las Vegas, and those first responders, all the families, the victims affected certainly by some terrible events in the last 24 hours. So our thoughts are with those in Las Vegas and across the country tonight. And if you'll please turn to face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, Madam Clerk. If you'll read the open meeting law.
Pursuant to the open meeting law, any person may make an audio or video recording of this public meeting or may transmit the meeting through an medium. Attendees are therefore advised that sections 40 to transmission are being made, whether perceived or unperceived, by those present and are deeply acknowledged.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. At this time, I'd like to recognize Councilor Kroll at the podium. Councilor Kroll and I are doing this jointly, but he is doing it from the podium on our together meeting. Councilor Kroll.
Thank you very much, Madam President. It is with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm and joy that I have the opportunity here to present accommodation to my friend, our friend, Dennis Sweeney. As many folks know, he owns and operates the Sweeney Funeral Home located on Elm Street. He is, for the firm, is celebrating 100 years of being in business. Mr. Sweeney, when he comes up, you'll see he looks pretty good for 100. But in all sincerity, he's a very genuine man. We've known him for quite some time. He's very active in the city. He's an asset to the business community, and I think above and beyond, provides a tremendous amount of dignity and respect to those individuals and families during, obviously, sometimes the most trying situations when you're dealing with death. So, again, excited to have Mr. Sweeney here this evening. I'd like to read accommodation that the City Council will be presenting, which reads as follows. In recognition of 100 years of business in the City of Quincy, we honor your extraordinary commitment to your staff, customers, and community over those 100 years. Your countless acts of kindness and dedication to customers help generations through some of the most difficult times of their lives. May your services continue to serve generations of Quincy residents. You are a true friend to the City of Quincy, and we are truly grateful for your dedication and commitment. So with that, Mr. Sweeney, I'd like to welcome you to the microphone to accept accommodation and perhaps say a few words to your raving fans tuning in at home.
Thank you very much. It's quite an honor. We're the oldest funeral home in the city of Quincy, and actually the second oldest business left in the city of Quincy. And as you can see what Tommy Fluid does, I've done well for you. So, thank you.
If we could, Madam President, we could just take a brief recess for a photo in the well, and invite all my councils to join me.
Of course, thank you. Brief recess. Oh, you wanted to say something? I'm sorry, Madam. My kid
Do
is
I
always
have
my
permission to take a picture?
Oh, that's all right. I had mine on too. I had mine on too. I had mine.
Oh, family photo. Your friend's good.
John, I thought we figured out how to turn the noise off.
That's one
Thanks.
If you want really good high quality pictures.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Can't do it all? Can't shoot them
No.
at the same time, no?
Wasn't Nina just there? Did I?
She had a
She
family
was, she had a
emergency.
family.
Oh, okay.
You available, like,
No,
I can
really?
use some photo
Really?
ops, you wanna be here? Like,
Really? Yeah, I didn't give you a hard time about the signs that you taped up on your wood, you know what I mean?
Look, I was trying to help Kirsten to get votes away from Burley, you
Fair
know?
point, fair point. Thanks for making
We
it.
took a picture. So leave, do me a favor, delete
that
Which
picture.
one?
what you just took.
Just send it to me.
Wait a minute, where's the other guy?
The City
Someone's
Hall
missing.
website still has a picture of a building we have. Do you guys know that?
No, mine did one.
When you look at the pictures of all the councils, they got like a building.
It's to represent the size and impact of the district.
Oh my God. Boston Health Commission calls me every day.
No, you need to step back now.
I was gonna try to get a quick question, Council, before.
Yes.
Council, when's the next debate? For you?
Yep.
She answered.
He was like, Tyler there. I gotta look.
All right. We are back. Madam Clerk, if you would read the first item.
Number one on the agenda, 2017-160, order acceptance of the Mass General Law, Chapter 59, Section 5, Clause 56, real estate exemption for members of the Massachusetts National Guard and reservists on active duty in foreign countries. Excuse me, Councilor Pierce.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. This is in response, we already do this as a city for veterans in the city, and this is simply adopting, we had neglected to put add National Guard members and reservists. So this is correcting that oversight. I believe this has to go to committee. Is that correct? To the ordinance committee. So I'll take a motion to refer to ordinance. Motion?
So moved.
Councilor Palmucci, seconded by Councilor DeBona. Sorry. DeBona, sorry. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, great. We will listen to that in ordinance committee at our next one of our scheduled meetings. Next item, Madam Clerk.
Next on the agenda, number 2017-161, order of the home rule petition and act in establishing a special account for the city of Quincy's traffic and parking rehabilitation and improvement fund.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. Again, this is something that I put together with great help from Councilor Palmucci, Councilor Liang, Councilor Kroll, and the clerk of committees who did a good job. Also, the city auditor did a great job in helping us research some of this. This is in response to, I think, what many of us have been talking about over the last year and have been hearing from a lot of folks across the city. The condition of our streets and sidewalks is always something that we talk about, particularly as ward councilors. Never is it more evident than when we come into neighborhoods to do developments, and particularly the scale of development that we have going on in the city right now, which is quite impressive, but also gives us an opportunity to leverage some of that development and try to benefit the city that all of this is coming into. Again, we should all benefit from not only some of the great things that we're doing in our downtown, but in many of our neighborhoods. And so this would establish something similar to the sewer fund that we have, where developers pay into an account a certain percentage, 1% up to 1%, to go towards maintaining and improving the sewers and the sewer lines and the sewer work in the area and in the city. This would do the same thing, requiring developers to put money into an account to improve the traffic and parking schemes in the neighborhoods, as well as streets and roads, and possibly sidewalk. But we feel as though, particularly again, if you look, many ward councilors are on this, Councilor Kroll, Councilor Palmucci, we spend a great deal of time explaining about projects and the impact that they will have on traffic, parking, our streets and our roads and our sidewalks. And again, this would be a great opportunity for folks coming into the city, getting the benefit of Quincy, to give back to the community and to help ease the burden of so much increased traffic, increased foot travel, and really just an increase in the development in our city. So I think this is a good start to talking about addressing some of those concerns. Again, this would be a home rule petition, so this would be something that we would have to ask the legislature, the state legislature to do, and this would be referred to ordinance and public safety at this time. So I'd just take a motion to refer to ordinance and public safety from Councilor Palmucci, seconded by Councilor LaForest. Anybody did you want to say anything? Okay, great. All those in favor? Aye. Great, that will move to ordinance and public safety. Thank you.
Next is number 3 on the agenda, 2017-162, an ordinance creation of the overlay zoning district at Wellington Center. President Hughes.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. This agenda item is also going to be going to Ordinance Committee this evening. This is something that is a long time in the making, something that I've been talking about for several years with the Planning Department, with the Mayor's Office, the administration, coming together with both the Planning Department and myself, and really talking about I like to talk about the rubber hitting the road for Wollaston, and what we want to do there, and making sure that that's a brimming center for retail, for foot traffic, for folks to kind of have a bustling center to come to. There's a great deal in this particular overlay district that's going to encourage development by developers who will, along the lines as we talked about in past charrettes that we've done with MAPC money, through re-envisioning Wollaston, some of those initiatives, some of those plans, some of those thoughts for the Wollaston Business District are encapsulated in the zoning overlay. And this really sets the stage for developers to be attracted to want to develop in the Wollaston Center area, but protect the integrity of the neighborhood and protect the integrity of that downtown feel and that small business district feel, but make it something vibrant, something alive, something we can all go to, continue to shop like we used to many years ago. I remember as a kid going down the Mud Mountain, and now it shows how old I am. But making Wollaston Center a real destination place. So I'm looking forward. This is going to be a really meaty ordinance. Looking forward to testimony regarding parking, regarding traffic, regarding some testimony from the planning board, from residents. Again, we've talked to several residents over these last several years about what people want to see, and it's really a vibrant business district for a neighborhood that is really prime for it. And with the Wollaston T getting a revamp, it's the perfect time. So I'd ask that this be referred to Ordinance Committee, and I'll take a
So moved.
moved from by Councilor Palmucci, seconded by Councilor LaForest. All those in favor? Aye, great. Okay, we will speak about it at an Ordinance Committee meeting. Thank you.
Number 4 on the agenda, 2017-163, be it ordained that the city of Quincy accept the following gives upon the conditions attached therein set forth. Various donors for $1,050 to the DEAR program.
Councilor Crowe.
Move approval, please, Madam President, and just notify the donor with a letter of gratitude.
Okay, a motion to approve by Councilor Crowell, seconded by Councilor DeBona. On the motion, Madam Clerk?
Council Crowe.
Yes.
Council DeBona.
Yes.
Council Harris. Council LaFarge.
Yes.
Council Leeang. Council Calhoun.
Yes.
President Hughes.
Yes.
6 members.
Thank you. All right, that ends our agenda for this evening.
Oh, we had some traffic.
At this time, we'll look at the approval of previous meeting minutes. The minutes from the September 18th meeting are in front of you. Right now, I would entertain a motion to approve by Councilor LaForest, seconded by Councilor Harris. All those in favor? Aye, the ayes have it. Great, the minutes are approved. Next, communications and reports from the mayor, other city officers, or city boards. Madam Clerk.
I do have 3 communications this evening from utility companies. Massachusetts Electric Company National Grid request install 2 4-inch conduits 135 feet south to Newport Ave to serve a new apartment complex at 1 through 13 Newport Ave. Massachusetts Electric Company to install 6 4-inch conduits, concrete encased, to support the new construction of the MBTA on Hancock Street, North Quincy, MBTA. Quincy Ave, relocate JO pole 12, parking way 21 feet south of the existing pole. Relocate is due to a gas dock project between Bergen Parkway and Clifton Street extension.
All right, thank you, Madam Clerk. Any unfinished business preceding meeting? No. Okay. Now we'll move to reports of committees. The Public Works Committee. Councilor Pelletier.
Standing in on behalf of the Public Works Committee. By the way, you know I've never taken something out of here? I'm always chair of committees that nothing ever comes out.
It's
But,
intentional.
yeah.
Well done, Mrs. Madam President.
Okay. So yeah, I don't know how this. So I'd like to take out of committee 2017-154 was a public hearing held earlier this evening related to something that National.
All right.
Place it on the floor. Right, is that what you do?
Yes, so we place it on the floor. Is there a motion to positive recommendation? Motion
Was there a
for,
committee hearing on this? It actually
There's
received
a public
positive
hearing.
rec- No, it was a public hearing. So
oh, here, we didn't do a,
there was no
No.
recommendation
there was
whatsoever.
no recommendation, so,
If you want my recommendation, you have to give it to you.
no, that was, motion to approve.
We need a second.
We need a second. So, okay, by Councilor Harris.
Thank you.
Okay. Madam Clerk, call the roll.
Council Crowe.
Yes.
Council Vaughn.
Yes.
Council Harris.
Yes.
Council LaForest.
Yes.
Council Calhoun.
You?
President Hughes.
Yes.
5 members.
And also, if I could, place item number 2017-154 on the table. Public hearing was held earlier this evening. This is something else that National.
Okay. Motion by Councilor LaForest, seconded by Councilor Harris on the motion. Madam Clerk.
Council Crowe.
Yes.
Council Vaughn.
Yes.
Council Harris.
Yes.
Council LaForest.
Yes.
Council Calhoun.
Yes.
President Hughes.
Yes.
6 members.
That's it from the Public Works Committee.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Councilor Calhoun. Next up is Ordinance Committee. Councilor LaForest.
Thank you, Madam President. We have some traffic in Ward 1, House Order 2017-149 to remove a handicap parking sign at 65 Dome Street. I move positive recommendation.
Positive recommendation, Councilor LaForest, seconded by Councilor Crowell on the motion. Madam Clerk.
Council Crowe. Council Vaughn.
Yes.
Council Harris. Council LaForest.
Yes.
Council Calhoun. President Hughes.
Yes.
4 members.
And in Ward 2, we have Council Order 2017-150 to remove handicap parking at 48 Endicott Street. I move positive recommendation.
Positive recommendation by Councilor Forrest, seconded by Councilor Kroll on the motion. Madam Clerk.
Counselor Crowe.
Yes.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Harris. Counselor LaForest.
Yes.
Counselor Calhoun. President Hughes.
Yes.
4 members.
And in Ward 4, Council Order 2017-151 to remove handicap parking at 146 Independence Ave. I move positive recommendation.
Positive recommendation by Councilor Forrest, seconded by Councilor Calhoun on the motion. Madam Clerk.
Counselor Crowe. Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Harris.
Yes.
Counselor LaForest.
Yes.
Counselor Calhoun.
Yes.
President Hughes.
Yes.
6 members.
And last one, in Ward 5, Council Order 2017-152. This is to add a handicap parking spot at 92 Old Colony Ave. I move positive recommendation.
Positive recommendation by Councilor Forrest, seconded by Councilor Harris on the motion. Madam Clerk.
Counselor Crowe.
Yes.
Counselor Vaughn.
Yes.
Counselor Harris.
Yes.
Counselor LaForest.
Yes.
Counselor Calhoun.
Yes.
President Hughes.
Yes.
6 members.
6 members. Thank you, Madam Clerk. Did we put them in?
That's all from the ordinance committee.
Do they wish to be on the record?
Do you wish to be on the record on
Yes.
Council Order 2017-150 and 149 and 150? Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Recording is yeses?
Yes.
Thank you.
Harris and Calhoun. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Next, presentation of petitions, memorials, and remonstrance. Okay. Oh, shoot.
Thank you, Madam President. It is, with a heavy heart that, we recognize the passing of Bridget Coffey of the city of Quincy, who has obviously done some harm of, Michael Coffey of the traffic, city of Quincy's traffic department. Mrs. Coffey was a native of Whitehall County, which is in Galway, Ireland. Lived her entire life driven by her Catholic faith and community involvement. She adored her family. I didn't know this until yesterday when I attended the service. She had 8 children. A lot of pictures on display, a lot of good memories, just an absolute wonderful woman. And, I asked that, the council certainly keep the Coffey family in their prayers through this tough time. So, thank you, Madam President.
Thank you, Councilor Kroll. Yes, Councilor Forrest.
Madam President, I'm very saddened to offer our condolences to a city employee, Fran Doherty. Fran is only 50 years old, passed away. What many of us know and say his obituary, might not otherwise share, but 31 years battling dialysis treatment and never a complaint. He was one of the hardest workers in the city, took care of so many things for us. I know for me, I felt like he was my go-to, and so many other, the rest of us, the traffic department, he was all of our go-to. He's someone I am personally saddened to hear his passing. I enjoyed working with him, and I know so many of us share our thoughts and prayers are with the Doherty family. He is the son of Virginia Doherty, the brother of Bernard and Robin Doherty, and their daughter, uncle of Harry, William, and Dr. Zoo. He has a sister, Emily, and the late brother of Thomas Doherty. So he graduated Sacred Heart, Quincyville Tech, and he was an electrical engineer, not an engineer in the traffic department, but literally there wasn't anything he wouldn't take on for us, and truly dedicated city employee. So visiting hours are Thursday, 48 at Cohanes, and Mass on Friday. So our thoughts and prayers with Fran Doherty and his family this evening.
Thank you, Councilor Forrest. Councilor Calhoun.
Thank you. I just want to echo the sentiments that Councilor Forrest made about Fran Doherty. He was one of those guys that makes, one of those city employees that makes us look good as ward councilors, because we aren't the folks out there actually making the improvements. You know, sometimes we can help cut through the red tape and make sure things get done, but Fran Doherty's one of those city employees who really just work tremendously hard every day, made people's lives better. And I trust that most folks in the general public didn't know all that he did, and that he was the guy who was making improvements. So it's a deep loss to the city this evening, and to all the residents who may or may not have known him. It's a very, very big loss in the city tonight. So, thank you.
Now, I just want to add to, I mean, I personally feel Fran's loss. I mean, what a great guy. Every time I called him, or he would call me, he would always call me counselor. He would never, you know, even though you call him by his first name, he would always call you counselor. I drove many a time in his truck around to study a traffic pattern or a stop sign, or it's just devastating. And I knew all along that he had been battling doing dialysis for several years, and it took a toll on him, but he never let it show. And as Councilor Camucci said, just did so much for this city, for the councilors who called on him. He went the extra mile every time, and not only will he be missed, you know, in the workplace, but really by the city, by those he served. And I know too that Fran had a deep love and was very close to this family, and that was really one of the most important things to him. So just a life of service, and service to others, service to his city, and service to his family. So he'll be missed greatly by many. All right, motions, orders, or resolutions? Okay, seeing none. Scheduling of committee meetings, just a reminder, we're here tomorrow night at 6:30 with the Oversight Committee. And I think Councilor Calhoun has some folks coming in to talk about the sober house ordinance. So we'll be discussing that tomorrow night. Are these schedulings, these are maybe you want me to? Okay, so we have October 10th, October 16th, November 13th, November 20th, those regular council meetings, but October 10th is the Education Committee. Yeah, okay, Councilor Devon.
Thank you, Madam President. Just thank you. Next Tuesday, October 10th at 6:30, we'll be having an Education Committee meeting to resolve 2017-040 on the substance abuse hearings. This will be our second hearing that we're going to be doing. I've got a roundup of county and state elected officials. District Attorney Michael Morrissey will be speaking, as well as State Senator John Keenan. And then we have a representative from Quincy Police, Lieutenant Patrick Glenn, somebody, a representative from Quincy Fire as well, and Brewster Ambulance will be Chris Devona. So we'll have a roundup. This is an opportunity for the public, if you're listening out there, to come into the chambers here, right in front of this, in front of the panel here, and you can. It'll be a little bit more of a public, open meeting that you can have public input on how you feel about this opioid epidemic. It's an opportunity for the public to come in, so I encourage people and to get the word out that we'll be having this. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilor Devon. Thank you very much. All right, anything further? The good of the order? No. Okay. All right, great. This time I'd entertain a motion.
Motion adjourned.
Motion to adjourn by Councilor Calhoun. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Ayes have it. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh my God, I went to see Katy Perry. I've got a night I chaperone my friend.